Good evening. I am first a poet, then a human being and a world citizen, then a woman, a blend of California, Arizona, and other states of Mexico from way back when it was all one land, way back before men started drawing imaginary lines in the dirt and declaring imaginary separation between brothers and sisters, between families and friends. But I can recognize hate when I see it, even when it's dressed up looking pretty and reasonable, or tries to appear as self-evident truth or rule of law. It is hate because it is not love. It is racial profiling, it is discrimination, it is unjust. That members of our community are looked upon with scorn, derision, and suspicion is appalling. And that they must defend their presence is insane. I also brought with me copies of the Bill of Rights and the Declaration of Human Rights, just in case you haven't seen them in a while. People of conscience, of intellect, of awareness, of compassion would understand that this country's history, this city's legacy of the KKK, of racial intolerance and division, and the current cultural and ethnic diversity of the community demands a stance be taken. And will you place upon the Council's agenda a resolution in opposition to ICE 287G's policy and call for the immediate termination of the Memorandum of Agreement between the San Bernardino County Sheriffs and ICE?
We must educate the public on the economic imperative to immigration reform, providing the change agents to thinking from a global economic strategy. Our country's economic success hinges on our ability to embrace multiculturalism and multilingual environments.
I say enforce the law. James Madison, Abraham Lincoln, every president except recently have enforced the law. They are the administrators that are to enforce the laws that protect we, the people.
I totally support 287G, and I also support Sheriff Joe Arpaio. In my opinion, he is doing his job. The federal government is not doing their job.
It concerns me when an organization that has been proven to be rotten to the core by videotape has the audacity to claim that they represent good, honest people who are being discriminated against. How many illegal acts have they really gotten away with? Are they really worried about discrimination and equal opportunity, or are they really opportunists taking advantage of people in need of a voice in order to turn a quick buck?
The Yaqui of San Diego County is the Yaqui of Tijuana. He cannot cross the border. The Apache of Arizona is the Apache of Mexico. They cannot cross the border. We are in violation of law. So if you're going to do law, let's do law. If you're going to enforce law, let's enforce the Clean Water Act. Now, talking about enforcing the rule of law, 56% of our constituents voted for the medicinal use of marijuana. 12, 13 years later, the city of Fontana has no means of safe access. You need to start ingesting the cannabinoids to prevent the metastasis of the PSA antigens in your system. That's simple. And now you're going to go after the illegals, the illegal alien, because we have so many problems? Should we not prioritize our resources?
Good evening. I had to follow the marijuana guy, huh?
I appreciate everyone coming out this evening, primarily talking about an issue that is not within our jurisdiction. I've held and upheld that oath my entire career on this council. And every time someone has come and flashed a race card to this council and used the history, the unfortunately tainted history of this town prior to my and any of our involvement, I challenge that. It really offends me to have someone come to this microphone and say, KKK marched down these streets, so you now, Mayor, have to take a stand against a federal law or against an agreement between San Bernardino County Sheriff and immigration and with ICE. I am offended that you would use the checkered past of this community as somehow that's the hammer to hit over us and throw the racism card.